if I should continue boxing after this fight. He don't decide that. My coach does, my team does, everybody that grinds with me day in and day out. That's who decides. And ultimately, God decides, not him. Nobody was telling him when to stop boxing. He stopped boxing at 145, so kudos to him. But he don't determine that.
Stephen Guareno, KOR Sports, here with the one and only Bernard, the Executioner.
Yes.
Good to see you, sir.
I delivered my promise, remember?
The next. I knew you would.
Took a little longer,
but word. I never doubted it. Yes. Never doubted it. Man, just let's get into it, brother. It was kind of intense up there. I felt, just kind of being in the crowd. Maybe you did it because you're a fighter.
No, I'm not a fighter no more.
But no, you still got it. You still got it in here.
Well, but it wasn't intense to me. That was intense is where you're fighting and you face to face with your opponent and you're showing him your will, body language that you meant what you said weeks ago or whatever it took, where you want to show that you're going to beat him when that time comes, which is, say, a Saturday night. But it wasn't intense. I mean, it might have been intense for everybody out there. They might have been intense, but I wasn't intense by anything because, A, this promotion, B, you got to fight with a guy that can fight tonight. Nothing else should be on your mind. That should be your excuse if it don't go well. So how was it intense? I to be honest with you, I think it's a shame and sad because you have to have people around you, somebody to tell you that's who you're fighting. Disagree or agree, wrong or right, that's who you're fighting. Focus. You must stay focused. Can you imagine the other fighters who's learning what not to do? So it wasn't intense. I seen some people in the media where you sitting there looking like it's a look, take care of your business. Your family is counting on you. Your legacy is counting on you. Of your kids, they're counting on you. And many other people might be counting on you to do what you set out to do. Now, if things happen that it don't work out, that's a risk we take. But the undercard, which I said, a few fighters on that undercard that has their name already printed in as a prospect, not a suspect, is willing and able to be one day a main event. That's what Sugar Shane Mosley was telling me. That's what Schofield was telling me, even when I went to camp for 3 days to invited by them to give them insight that they asked me to do because of my knowledge and respect. It ain't about me. It's about you. I'm not a person that's going to kiss your ass and tell you what you want to hear. That's not me. And if I got to be separate and different from those who do that, then haven't I been that my whole career? Different. It's not personal. It's business. As you look at me and I look in your pupils, it's business. You can't fire and lie to the world and make an excuse for your downfalls. You got to take ownership. It's called ownership. And you must take it and eat it and bounce back like great ones do. Whether you get knocked out of the ring or knocked in the ring, at the end of the day, my legacy is secure, I believe. People still trying to find out whether you are what they say you was, that I defended that you're not a YouTuber. See, we have a whole roster of fighters. And I believe Ryan Garcia has the talent. But here, it's the mental, which is different. This is not talent when it comes to boxing. You gotta have, this is talent when it comes to boxing. The skills is controlled by what's here. Without this, you're not complete. Any athlete in any sport will echo that in their own way. I guarantee you. Ask them if you know any. I know a lot of them. And they love what I say. It's not personal. I wish I had what I did. The Joe Frazier's of Philly. Muhammad Ali met multiple times when he had his wits with pictures to prove it. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Ray Leonard, of course. I've been blessed to meet them, and as much as I'm vocal, when they spoke, I was like, very few minutes that I'm quiet, I'm very, trust me, I gotta pay that homage to him, but I'm not gonna be arrogant. I'm not gonna be a fool. This ain't no game to play. One thing about this sport, called boxing, it will call your bluff. And they've called few bluffers over the years. I fought the best, took on the best, understood the risk. But at the end of the day, you expose yourself every time you open your mouth. You got a lot of great talent, or good talent, not great yet, that can be great underneath that main event, that want that spot. And I let them know on that podium, go get it.
Appreciate you, sir.
Go get it.
Always.
Yeah, I don't
Thank
shake
you,
hands like that. Bitches shake hands.
No, yeah, we gotta.
Appreciate you. No, like, just lock it in.
Yes, sir.